putting kids and teachers at risk?
Naturally, yes, if you know the level is elevated.
New from the I-Team, local schools with levels of radon that are above acceptable levels. Radon is an odorless, tasteless, poisonous gas that seeps into buildings from the ground up.
And schools in Rhode Island are required to test for it. It is a simple fix, but NBC 10 found that at least one school district is showing little urgency in addressing the problem. Here's I-Team reporter Tamara Sakarsik.
Radon is a natural gas that comes from the decay of rock and soil in the ground.
You can't see it or smell it, but when high levels of radon linger in a building, it can cause potentially fatal problems. The longer you're exposed, does it become more dangerous?
Yes.
Dr. Anyuarda Ramaswamy is an interventional pulmonologist at Care New England.
Approximately 21,000 people get lung cancer from radon exposure every year in the United States. And it's estimated that a significant percentage, like 1 in 5 schools, have at least one schoolroom that has a higher radon level.
The NBC 10 I-Team looked at data in Rhode Island. Over the past 5 years, 3 schools have had radon levels above 4 PCI, which is when the EPA recommends action to mitigate it. Pipes are installed beneath the building's foundation, which then pulls radon gas out. A simple process, but Rhode Island forces immediate mitigation only once levels in schools are above 20 PCI, 5 times the EPA's acceptable limit. Is 20 a magic number in any way? Have you ever heard of?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of. 4 is the number that I know of.
Nate Coughlin has been in the business of radon testing and mitigation for years. So in your professional experience, there's no reason why you wouldn't mitigate immediately as soon as it's above 4?
Yes, most people do mitigate with 4 or higher.
In Rhode Island, if levels in schools are high, they're given 1 year to retest. If they're still high, they have another year to mitigate. 2 years before they mitigate, does that just increase the risk?
It does.
The I-Team checked data from every Rhode Island school district over the past 5 years. Here are a few examples. We found Potter Burns Elementary School in Pawtucket had 2 elevated readings of 4.8 and 5.7 PCI in 2024. Long-term testing is now underway. A test at Westerly High School came back at 5.1 PCI in 2022, but dropped to 1.7 when retested. Classical High School in Providence got a 6.1 reading in 2022. 3 years later, we don't know what the current level is. Could radon levels worsen during that time?
Yes, I think they kind of stay in a range where, like I said, they'll probably stay in that range. I don't see them going too crazy higher or too much lower, but they'll probably bottom out in that area.
A school spokesperson emailed me to say Classical retested twice in 2023. The first result was, quote, lost in the mail, and the second was reportedly done by a defective device. Classical High School is now running a long-term test, which is expected to be picked up this week. The district doesn't face any consequences for that 3-year testing gap. The Department of Health tells me it can only remind schools to retest. Nobody from the city, the school district, the school board, or even the Department of Health would go on camera to answer my questions, but we will keep an eye out for those new results. For the NBC 10 I-Team, I'm Tamara Sakarsik.